Hi, today I would like to address one common problem which could number of you, especially in the initial stage, some even later also, face the problem about timetable. How should I organize my day? How should I make my timetable? And then how should I really go about it? Talking a little bit around that today, I think it is very individual because each one of you have got their own schedule. Some of you are in college, some of you are, I would say, working, some of you have got full time. Depending on the kind of nature that you are in, your timetable is going to be different. So first of all, you understand the kind of position you are in, and that's one advice while making the timetable that is concerned. Again, you must not forget one more thing about timetable is that it has to be dynamic. You can't have the same timetable that is going to be 2 years before the examination or 3 years before the examination, or you should think about a timetable that will apply when you have got 1 month to the examination. The timetable is dynamic. It changes, it evolves. It's not something that is once and rigid and fixed for all times to come. It has to be evolving. So let that flexibility be there in the timetable. The third thing which I would like to talk about timetable is that you should always not get too much into it, in the sense like do not make a macro timetable, like by next 2 months, by December, by next year July, I'll be able to achieve this. That's too much. That's not the timetable. Again, I would not like you to go too micro as far as timetable is concerned. I suppose too micro would mean that get up at the 3:30 and then be ready by 3:45 to 4:10 I should do exercise, 4:10 to 4:25 I do this. No, that's not. You're not a robot. You're a human. You're a person. Well, I mean, I think you should be a little bit not so tight as far as timetable is concerned. So don't do macro timetable, don't do micro timetable, do a meso level of timetable, and that's something which is what I suppose I recommend that when you make timetable, you do at this level. The next thing that I would like to talk about is that for the timetable, you remember it's a timetable, the word time. It's not task table. So most often when we do timetable, we forget about this and then we start doing a kind of task table. No, time changes, whatever task accomplished, not accomplished, irrespective, no problem. You move because it's a timetable. So let's say from this time to this time I have to do this, and if it is not done, doesn't mean that I will do the task. It's not task table. It's timetable. So just remember this difference and you'll be a lot better. And it's okay. I mean, I would always say it's okay to fail sometime. No problem. I mean, we all fail all our lives. All our timetables is like, I'm assuming them to happen in that way. So if it is not happening your way, it's all right. It's all right to fail sometime. And there's nothing wrong in that. And don't be too nasty on yourself. Don't get the negativity, get a grip on you that, well, my timetable is failing. I think I am at fault. No. That day, that moment, that particular piece that may have failed. But then you move on to the next time slot that you have got. In fact, for the people preparing for the civil services, there's so much to read, especially in general studies, that I must tell you. You have to be very careful about following this 1/3 rule. These are some of the common things I've been talking about based on the experience that I have had from the past students, successful ones. 1/3 rule, I would say that 1/3 time that you should allocate for reading something which you have never seen in your life. That doesn't include newspaper or anything like that, but then new content, I mean, the content that you have decided that you should be keeping 1/3 time allocated to that. Second 1/3 time, and this is one thing which I find most students are missing out on, is for revision. You must leave 1/3 time for revision in the timetable itself. Then 1/3 time has to be for retrieval. Retrieval can be like whatever you have revised, whatever you have read, try recapitulating them, try kind of sit down and speak on that, try sit down and write some answer on that, do some multiple choice questions on that, retrieval. These two components, the second and the third, as I mentioned, never find a place in timetable. Mostly our timetable is filled with, I have to read this, I have to acquire this, I have to read this, I have to acquire this. No, please keep time for revision. Please keep time for retrieval, writing answer practice, answer writing, and those things. And I think this way, if you're doing, you can do a good planning, and then you get a lot of positivity in kind of your sense of accomplishment gets better. And I think last but not least, do reward yourself off and on when you accomplish and fulfill your whatever promise that you gave yourself in the timetable. This gives you a lot of positive reinforcement. Buy yourself a good burger, a movie ticket, or a time to spend time with your friends, whatever that motivates you, or reading something which you always wanted to read, a novel, a chapter, or whatever. Do reward yourself when you accomplish certain tasks. My best wishes are with you.